Now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show brings you famous celebrities and amazing people from all over the world. Listen online at themikewagnershow.com and on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And watch the interview on YouTube. So sit back and relax and enjoy the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking a budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be seen on the Mike Wagner Show on YouTube. Just subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on YouTube and check out the many videos. You can also download and listen on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, watch the interview on YouTube and check our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can also take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. That's the Mike Wagner Show. All right, we're here with a wonderfully classical trained dancer and also a model, and also has taken this to a new height. Of course, you know the great husband, spouse of Michael Honablue, four-time executive Emmy award-winning producer, and now in Miami Beach, just helping out and just doing some great things, and has traveled all over, and she is from Belgium, and we like to have on a very special person, and of course, she brings on the ultimate challenge, and when someone brings it on, she responds very well. So without further ado, here we are, the very classical from Belgium, Marijke Vandervennet. Marijke, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Mike. How are you?
Hey, I am doing great. I hope things are beautiful in Miami Beach. I'd love to go down there one day, especially when it's like 80 degrees out. So.
Yes, you should. It's always beautiful in Miami. Always.
Oh, I would love to do that one day. And, of course, your husband is the legendary Michael Honablue, former architect, now award-winning producer, four-time Emmy Award winner, and he's won quite a number of awards. He was involved in Nickelodeon, Plum TV, and did some work for Mercedes-Benz, Victoria's Secret, and has his own company, also helps out with a couple others, foundations, but also on the side as well, too, you're a classical dancer, and you've been trained in the arts, and you're coming from Belgium. You're also interior design, you're also a model, and you do quite a number of amazing things. And before we get into all that, tell us how you got started.
Well, yes, you say all the right things, Mike, but of course I can't do all of them at the same time. So
We're not saying simultaneous, though.
Yeah, so I did start off as a dancer, as a young lady. That taught me tremendous discipline. I wasn't as talented in ballet, but my love was there, so I was not going to stop. So I did dance professionally as a showgirl for 7 years. Through those years, interior design has always been my passion. My dancing brought me all over the world, and wherever I was, I wanted to make my hotel room or my little apartment into something that was personalized to me. So from dancing, I rolled into modeling by accident. I am 6 feet tall, and I wanted to come to the United States so bad that I thought dancing was my ticket. So I started in Orlando. Mm-hmm. I wanted to, so to speak, be a princess for a year or so to receive a green card. Now, that didn't happen because I was hired to go on the Disney Cruise Lines, and when you do that, you don't need papers when you're in the international waters. So by chance, I came to Miami and landed a modeling contract for 3 years, and that's how that started. And after that, I just stuck around and brought myself through school as a Pilates instructor and yoga instructor. And these things, I do them mostly for myself. I did teach for a few years professionally, but I started more and more doing interior design on the side for myself and for my friends. And then by good chance, a good Pilates client of mine who lives in a very pristine area in South Beach gave me a chance because she knew how much I loved it. And that's how the interior design job came along. I work for Home Express, which is on South Beach, Miami, and we work only on one street. We farm on just that one street.
Amazing. And who are some of your famous clients that you've worked with when it came to interior design?
Famous clients, you mean?
Or like, some of your most notables as well.
Well, unfortunately, that's kind of confidential. I can't say any names, but let me tell you, that street, South Point Drive, you can Google that. It's a very expensive street in South Beach, Miami. And I exclusively work there through the company I work for, Home Express.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds amazing, too, and what you do as well, too. And how does one person get into interior design, like, way of schooling and what it takes and everything else? You can just tell a little bit about what it takes and what are some of the skills or qualities that you have to have.
Yeah, so most people do it through school. And the reason I'm telling the truth here is to let every person, especially every woman out there, know that dreams do come through, but you have to work for it. If it's a passion of yours, you can do it. And of course, it's being at the right time with the right employer. These things matter too, but you can place yourself in that position. And you have to just do what your heart tells you. When I started doing it, many people told me, don't do it, you didn't study for this, you're not getting paid enough, but I'm naturally talented for it. So what does it take? It takes hard work. It's not a 9-to-5 job. You really have to love it. You have to listen to your clients, see what it is that is important for them in their home. It's not about you. Of course, you put your experience into it. And if a client wants to do something that's completely not acceptable, you let them know that in a nice way. But it takes self-education. So, and hard work. So lots of it, these days you can do it all yourself. You have the internet, you have magazines, you have books, you have Pinterest, you have all these sources out there that help you succeed, that help you come up with things. And then you travel, of course, everywhere I go, you see new architecture, you see new designs. Every country has their own style. So that together with what your client wants and then what I have done in the past, that's what makes it work for me.
And that sounds amazing, too, and how Michael was a former architect as well, too, and you guys happened to merge as well, too. And how'd you guys meet up as well when you first met?
Well, we met at a charity event. How shocking is that, Mike?
Very charitable, yes.
Yeah, so I was working that charity event, and Michael, his crew, was filming that event. So that's where we met back in 2012.
Mm-hmm. That is amazing, too. And, of course, you've also worked on some other projects as well, too. So we'll get to a little bit of some of that and also some of your entertainment experience as well, too. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can also check out our interviews on YouTube. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show channel on the YouTube. Also, go to the Mike Wagner Show on YouTube. Please subscribe. And also, you can also download and listen to our interviews on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and also watch the interview on YouTube as well. And you can also take the Mike Wagner Show with you wherever you go on any mobile device. We are here with a a wonderful person from Miami Beach, Marijke Vandervennet from Belgium. And, of course, she's worked with Michael Honablue on a number of projects, working in architecture and also as a model and everything else. And before we go let's go all the way back to your upbringing in Belgium. You can just tell us a little bit about that and what's it like living in Belgium, being compared to the United States.
Okay, so having lived in Belgium with I have two wonderful parents, my mother, Sila de Gank, and my dad, Herman Vandervennet. I have one brother, 1 year older than me. He is my best friend, and he is a lawyer. So my upbringing, I wouldn't say it was the same as Michael, but in a way similar. My family, it's also doctors and lawyers, and I was the free bird of the family that went into the arts. So that was in the beginning a little bit tough because my parents, they didn't realize till later on how much I loved dancing. They didn't realize it until I really started skipping school because I wanted to go dance. Mm-hmm. That's when they finally decided to put me in ballet school, and I started rather late. So that's where I said earlier I wasn't as talented. The reason was being tall and bigger than the average dancer and starting late. So I had to work very hard to get into, here in the States you would call it like college in the arts. So it's when you're 18 years old. So I studied then 4 years. And I got a job right out of college. And from there, it started. I started at the Holland Show Ballet in Hilversum, close to Amsterdam. I danced there for 3 years. And from that group, we traveled a little bit to Germany and through Belgium and all over Holland. And while I was dancing there, I choreographed for an artist that was with Sony Music, who is known just in Belgium, in Holland, and in France, but she was very successful. So I choreographed for her and danced with her for 4 or 5 years as well. All her live TV shows and her live shows during the summer on the beach. So that gave me a lot of stage experience. So it was busy times, but when you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that is so true. You see in the commercials, like in Geico as well, too. It's like if you enjoy what you do, you don't call it work. You never work a day in your life, just like many of us. Myself with the Mike Wagner Show, and also with your husband Michael, and many of our clients you worked with as well, too. And it's just amazing how you can just infuse all that and just enjoy what you do with a passion as well. And of course, you talked about traveling all over Amsterdam, Germany, and everything else. What would you consider your favorite place and the most challenging to be?
Oh, no, and it didn't end up there. After Holland and Germany and Belgium, I moved on to Korea, South Korea, in Busan.
Oh, wow.
So that was in conjunction with the Lido in Paris that brought a show into South Korea. I'm a person that adapts everywhere, so I have my joy everywhere. I easily make friends, and I try to adapt wherever I am. From there, I went home for 2 months, and then I was in Cairo, Egypt, for about 8 months, and that was an experience too. So that is a totally different country, but I loved it as well. I cannot say there was not a place in that I went to in my life that I didn't like. They all have something. Mm-hmm. I danced in Spain, Mallorca, in many, many places.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you have been a lot as well, too. And, of course, being in Belgium, you speak Belgian as well, too. What are some languages that you can also speak as well? Maybe you can just drop a few phrases in your native tongue and other neighboring countries.
Well, my native tongue it's Flemish. So Belgium is a very small country. However, we have 3 languages there, which is Flemish, French, and a little bit of German. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to say next, you're of course not going to understand. Let me just say one sentence. Wel, dankjewel Mike voor deze radioshow. kijk er naar uit om veel mensen iets positiefs te geven in hun leven.
And that translates to?
Thank you very much, Mike, for having me on your show, and I'm looking forward to be a positive energy to many people on your show.
That is amazing. I love it. I love it. I picked up a little bit of it, and I thought, okay, what's the rest? So it's just amazing how you can do things in native tongues as well, too. And, of course, you also talked about French as well, too, and maybe just give us a sentence or two. And also the next one, if you know of any other languages, feel free to drop them as well. It's like we love hearing, people speaking native tongues. We love it.
Comment ça va, Mike? Ça va bien? I was just saying, how are you doing, Mike?
I was just going to say that, like I was telling Michael earlier on some things, that some of us still need coffee, and I was just reaching for some at this point. And, of course, sometimes late night you still need some coffee, so I did pick it up, and I have some coffee right now with it.
Enjoy.
Oh,
my
yes.
favorite drink.
And, of course, another one as well, too, so you can just, throw that as well.
No, I'm not that good in French. I'm not that good.
Oh, that's okay. I figured that you've, picked up 3 languages within that area as well, too. And, of course, I don't know if you...
Well, let me say my German, I don't know anything very polite because I really don't speak it. Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll save that for another time. So we'll just, leave it at that. And, of course, we talked about you being in South Korea. Then went on to Cairo, Egypt. You stayed there for 8 months. And where did you go from there with your ballet troupe?
So from there, that's when I came to the United States.
Okay. And then were you asked to come to the United States, or did you get referred by somebody, or you just went, hey, I'm going to check this out?
Yeah, it was, hey, I'm going to check this out. Totally.
Uh-huh. And, of course, it all worked out as well, too. So we'll talk about your future plans and some of the collaborations you work with Michael and help win some awards. Listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking a budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be seen on the YouTube channel. Just subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show. You can also download and listen on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show, and take the Mike Wagner Show wherever you go on any mobile device. We're here with Belgium-born Marijke Vandervennet. She started as a classical dancer and worked her way up to being a model and also interior dancer and working with Michael Honablue on a number of projects. And we'd like to talk about as well, too, on what are some of the things you guys collaborated and what did you help on in helping win these awards, and what are some of your upcoming projects or what are you currently working on as well?
I'm glad you asked, Mike, because, yes, art finds other art. And one of the things I'm very happy about is that I help Michael in his videos as well. Me being a dancer, me being on stage, I feel movement, I see choreography. So it's not the same as video, but it does go hand in hand. Over time, Michael has let me, of course, help him edit many of the videos. That we're now at the point that no video goes out without me looking at it and do some final editing touches to it. So I've been helping with Lotus House, of course, which I find a great cause. If I can elaborate on that a little bit more.
Sure.
Do you mind?
Absolutely.
So, Lotus House started years ago, so small, and the way it has grown now is just so beautiful and so empowering. I am not for causes that people just give money. I am for causes that really is truly going to give a positive outcome. And here we have these homeless women and the different, we never spoke about the difference Belgium and Europe, but here, Belgium and America, here in the United States, there's so many homeless people, and you become homeless so quick and easy. It can be just as quick of losing your job together with a divorce, for example. Mm-hmm. Bills keep coming. Just like that, you're on the street. So here these women with kids really can go to this establishment and not only have a safe place to sleep and feed their babies, they're actually being taught on how to get back into the work world. But how do you do that if you don't have an address, if you don't have a resume, if you don't have a computer to apply for a job, if you don't have a phone? It's all not possible. So there they give you the tools to succeed. And even the bigger tool is to actually teach you something good. In this Lotus House, they have a commercial kitchen where they teach the ladies how to cook. They are food certified, food handler certified, and that's how they all get good jobs, a good, decent job, and can support their family. And I think that's just wonderful.
That is amazing as well, too, and that was talked about that, but you put it at great length as well, too, and it's just amazing how the difference, being homeless in Belgium and homeless in the United States, and of course, the homelessness, it's been a big issue that's been going on for quite some time, and it's just amazing what you guys can do and everything else. And, of course, what are some of the other foundations that you personally support, and what are some of the projects that you've been working on in terms of foundations, like with charities and, humanitarian and everything else? You can just tell us a little bit more about those.
Well, yeah, me personally, I have always helped the homeless here in Miami. There's a great operation here as well, Hope America, it's called. I would, on a Saturday early in the morning, wake up and start cooking for the homeless and feed them. But more so, it's a repeat, of course, of Michael. I am very active in the Passion Sea world as well, because I find water really is the beginning of all life. Now the waters are so polluted, it's making us sick as humans, but do not forget, it's making the animals sick. And we eat fish, and their stomachs are full of plastic. Turtles don't have clean beaches to go to anymore. I feel if we keep these waters clean, the whole world, everything, nature is going to balance out. And once that balances out, we don't have to have organic food. The earth gives us everything we need. But we just don't respect nature. We throw everything in the water. We throw everything on the street. And it's sad. I think we need to teach young people to have respect for what's been given to us.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds something that's been a problem for as well, too. And, of course, it starts one person, and what can others do to help?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry, we might have lost connection, and you emphasize about that. How can people help and stop the pollution, and how does one person can stop this whole mess as well too? What can they do?
Well, it's maybe something that we really, as any individual, need to start taking more serious, because what goes around like, oh, I'm not going to change the world. Who cares? It's just one piece of paper. But if every individual would think the opposite, that's a good start. It's a really good start. And it's small changes, Mike. It's small changes. We don't need all that plastic. When I grew up, I didn't have that much plastic. I didn't drink out of a plastic bottle of water. It was all glass. But it's a different way of living. My parents, they would go to the store and get crates of sparkling water, crates of flat water, crates of soda pop, and then the next week you bring the empty bottles back and exchange it. I don't see an American do that very quick these days.
It just made me think of it too, where you bought the sparkling water in bottles, like in glass, you drink it, you bring it back, and you keep going through and everything. We had a program many, many years ago, and I remember as a kid, I'm probably going to date myself, where it's like, my dad would bring home 8-pack of Pepsi glass bottles. We drink it up, and then we just put them back in the carton, and we go to our grocery store, we cash them in, and we get money back. It's like a little chump change. Was it 5 or 10 cents a bottle? And we'll buy something out of it. It can be like, get yourself a candy bar, pack of baseball cards, or save up to, get like maybe a ball or a glove or a favorite T-shirt, or go somewhere like to an amusement park or whatever it is. And of course, you have that in Belgium. And do you know do they still do that in Belgium, or did they change off a little bit? Because I remember they had it in the States, and for some reason that must have just drifted off.
It changed up a little bit, but my parents still do that, believe it or not. Yep.
That is amazing, and I think that's one thing they should bring back as well, too. And, of course, this thought also came to my mind about the food as well, too, like with how much farmland you guys have, and how do you compare the quality of food, like in the meat, the produce, the cheese, and everything else in Belgium compared to the United States?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say the food here in the States is bad. It is different. Like, I grew up countryside, so in the front of where we live, it's indeed potatoes and corn. But my parents, I still do the same things as when I grew up. On a weekend, they will go get bread at the bakery. I kind of miss that smell here in the United States of a bakery, where bread is being cut right in front of your nose and it's being put in a paper bag. It's one of the things I called my mom home for, Mike, when I moved to the United States. I said, Mom, they sell bread in a plastic bag. I had never seen that in my life.
Oh, man, the smell of bread in Belgium's make me hungry right now. I'm so hungry now for bread.
Yeah. So that's that. And so that's going to the bakery is one thing. And then you go to the butcher for your meat. And then you go to the vegetable store for your vegetables and your fruit. It's just different stores. We have supermarkets, don't get me wrong. For the young millennials, they also go to the supermarket and get everything there. But more old school, the way I grew up, and my parents still do it this way, it's all fresh.
And it's amazing too, and of course, that's also being promoted. That's something should be taught, and part of your causes and everything that you and Michael do. And of course, and I'm trying to remember if you mentioned any other causes. And has there something that I have left out that I've asked you about other causes or anything that you have done? So, what was something that we haven't touched yet?
Well, what we haven't touched, I mean, it's not really a cause. It's just being, I should maybe say more. When we met, Michael and me, was a charity event. It was called Conscious Act of Kindness. So it's like with the nature. It starts with every individual itself. You do one nice thing, whether it's helping an old lady cross the street, or you give someone $1, someone that's on the street, it will make his day, or you just smile to someone. Just don't judge people of how they talk, how they walk, how they speak, what they do. It's being kind, and the world can use more of that. We all want to be kind, and we have all these words on Facebook, be nice, but then really people should look into their true self. Really, truly be kind and help someone. And help is a big word, but it's the smallest thing that you do for someone that means the world for them.
That sounds amazing, too. It makes me think of that Louis Prima song, Smile and the World Smiles with You. And that's the first thing that came to my head. And that's the simplest thing to do that people don't do these days is smile. And that's just one of the simplest things. Yes, it's like, I have to say, hate to say this, that smile is being taken as completely in wrong sense of context, but it's something you guys can promote as well too. And how do you further promote that on social media? What are some of the platforms that you guys use? What's your biggest
Well, I am
Yes.
not big on social media. To be honest, I barely am on social media. Michael is more on social media. I have long work hours, but I love them, and I just try and bring my kindness with me during the day.
Mm-hmm. That sounds amazing too. And of course, just one more thing. We know you're very busy. It's great talking to you, Marijke, and it's just been fantastic. Talking, all the way from Miami Beach. If you had one foundation that you had to choose out of so many, like Salvation Army, Goodwill, American Cancer Society, or Susan Komen, or any other charity or foundation that's in America or all over the world, of all the foundations and causes that are out there, which one would you choose?
Well, Michael already said Passion C, so I'm going to say something else. It's for me. It is. I would want to do something for mental health in the United States.
Interesting.
Because it's something. Yeah, mental health. It's something that is not talked about enough. And if it's talked about, it's really thrown into the negative drawer. And that is not always the case. So, or there's a lot of misunderstanding on that topic. That is something where I would like to do something for. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And it's something we can talk about later on as well, too. I think what you're bringing up is just fantastic. And, of course, we have a few minutes with Marijke Vandervennet. And what would you say, who would be your biggest influence in terms of your career?
Oh, my biggest influence in terms of my career.
Correct, yes.
That's a tough question, Mike, because this is not something you can, for me, I can't just say one person, but I can say this, my parents and some friends along the way are my biggest influencers.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were always hard workers, and they have always, no matter what, stood behind me for me doing what would make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless of what anyone else would think of me or how worried other people would be about me because I'm taking a different path.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my influencers. My parents are 54 years married and still very much in love. It's very, very moving to see that, and I have everything because of them.
That is amazing. 54 years and still growing strong. And when their 55th comes up, wish them a happy anniversary for us.
I sure will do that. Thank you, Mike.
Definitely. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, I mentioned it earlier, especially for women out there. This world can sometimes be tough, and it can push a woman into a direction where, this is not where I fit in. Let me be a certain way, or let me dress different, or let me do something else to fit in or to be a bit more popular.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feed some strength into women and really go do what it is you want to do, even if that means to be alone for a while or to have some quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me. That has never bothered me. I am never bored in my life. Being bored doesn't exist for me. So you can do whatever it is you want to do. Live your life.
That is amazing, and it shows what you guys do as well, too. And you guys have been a great inspiration, greatly appreciated, and thanks for being on our show. We'd like to have you on again soon. Just tell us about your upcoming projects, your foundations, and what are some upcoming plans. And once again, what are some of your upcoming projects, and what's your website, if you have any, and how do they contact you?
Yeah, so me, I do not have a website, but you can find me on Facebook just under my name, Marijke Vandervennet. And my upcoming projects are, of course, my interior design projects here on South Beach on South Point Drive. And on the side, I work with Michael and help him edit all his charity videos, like Lotus House, Passion C, Everglades, and I touched a little bit on the documentary that went into Cannes as well. So we don't stop. We just don't stop, but we love it.
That's amazing. And you guys have been very inspirational. Just want to say thank you very much for your time, Marijke, and look forward to have you on again soon. And do us a favor, keep us up to date.
Absolutely. We sure will do. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Listen online at themikewagnershow.com and on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And watch the interview on YouTube. Also, become a sponsor of the program and or donate today at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again tomorrow for another episode of The Mike Wagner Show.